Guys, Mobster64 here, and I'll be talking about PowerA's Fusion Pro controller for the Switch. And I'll be talking about my thoughts about it and how I feel about it. I love it. So my first impressions of this is I'm liking this controller a lot. So many features and functionalities compared to Nintendo's own Pro controller. One thing is it feels slightly heavier, which is a good thing. I feel like the build for this controller feels a lot more advanced than Nintendo's own first-party controller. For instance, you have grips on the back. For you guys that happen to sweat a lot while you play or whatnot, fear not, it's not going to slip out of your hands. And if you notice, it does have paddles in the back, which I'm a big fan of. I'm a paddle player. I usually just use two paddles, one to jump and one for, you know, the other alternate functions, whatever is in the game at that time. But you could add two more paddles to it and, you know, redirect your face buttons and anything in the front to the paddles. So yeah, that's always a feature. It's always a plus. The Pro controller did not have it for the original Nintendo Switch Pro. So besides the face plate changes and the paddles, you also have an audio jack, which it's rare to have something like that on a Nintendo Switch controller, just because when it first came out, it's like, I think that's why they use the mobile app on your phone to communicate with other people. But you could actually plug in a headset and put it in there. But the only thing about that is weird is you have to have this plugged into the console straight for, you know, right to the console for the head jack to work. But if you're in Bluetooth mode, forget it. You won't be able to use it. But which, you know, I mean, I don't like communicating too much on the console as much anymore because I use Discord. I always feed it through the computer, and I can talk with my friends and all that for any console, any game, or PC games or whatnot. But, you know, for people that like to, you know, use a controller for their headphones or whatnot, at least you'll have that. Just know you have to plug it into the console for it to work. Another downside to this, which I don't find it too much as a downside, but other people do, is there is no rumble feature or rumbles in this controller. Say if you happen to have those games that have that feedback wherever you're at or whatnot, they give that little rumble shock. You're not going to feel it here. But I mean, personally, for me, whenever I get a controller customized to my liking, I have the rumbles taken out, so when I'm aiming at people or whatnot, it doesn't throw me off. So I'm cool with it, but people take it to heart that there's no rumble on this. So yeah, that's why when it first came out, it was like $100, but for what the price was and those key features that aren't on the controller, it was kind of like a downgrade to it. So for me, it wouldn't matter to me, you know. I still like, I mean, for what it is right now, like I've heard controller issues from this brand or this model from like old videos. I heard things like if you shake a controller, you hear like buttons loose or whatnot, but I did not experience that at all. And if you go to the collaboration or calibration page for your control sticks, I saw one video where a guy said that the faceplate was restricting the motion of the stick. You could actually see it on the thing, but I tested it earlier and I did not see that. So unless they addressed that quality control issue already, this one's fine. So I was planning to test the game on this, let you know my thoughts and feel of this while I play an actual game, and which we're gonna do. We're gonna be playing Paladins, a game that I barely just started getting into today, just for the sake of the video. And as far as my experiences have gone with this game using the Fusion controller, it's been great. I think PowerA did a good job. PowerA makes a lot of good controllers for the Switch. I mean, if you don't want to spend that much money, you could actually get their enhanced controller where it actually comes with embedded buttons in the back. But I like paddles, so I'm all about the accessories. So we're gonna go ahead and give this a shot. I want to let you know that the control sticks feel really good. I myself got used to the Elite Series 2 controller for the Xbox Series X and S. The cool thing about that controller is you could actually make those sticks more tense. You could add tension to it, as much tension as it was with the original Xbox 360 controllers. Are we going in? All right, here we go. But this one, it's okay. It's good enough. As long as you play these kind of games, because there's a lot of you guys that love FPS games. Trust me, the control sticks on here are great. Although I got used to keyboard and mouse, so I kind of lost that skill. But the games I've been playing, I've been like tearing people up. The important thing to know about having paddles on the controller is, remember, you're gonna do as much to keep your thumbs on the sticks, so you could like jump and aim at the same time. You know that those extra milliseconds could be a big deal when being competitive in first-person shooters. So we're gonna do a round of this, and just because of making this video, I'm starting to be a Paladins fan. I didn't know about this team deathmatch mode, but the triggers on here feel great. I've been using it to, you know, tear down people. It feels like you don't have to pull the triggers all the way back. You know how like some pro controllers have those trigger stops? I feel like it's good enough to get a quick shot in. So which is good. No, you know, less time to. There you go. I got my first kill. Less time to shoot people and have the bullets come out and tear them up, and you know what I get. You guys know what I mean. You don't have to take that long just to fire a shot, basically. But I do like the build of this controller. You're gonna notice, if you happen to get it, that it is slightly heavier than the Nintendo's own Pro controller. Which, I mean, I have not to knock the Pro controller, but I think there's things that could have improved on it, such as the D-pad. I felt like the D-pad felt pretty stiff. Like if I pressed up or down, I was playing like an old school, you know, 8-bit game, I would have controller, or I would have issues with that D-pad. The D-pad here feels, you know, you feel like the motion all around. I mean, you feel the soft, like for each press you do, you feel how soft it is when it actually connects. Like not too squishy, but just enough for it to register, and it just feels so good. I am using the paddles on here as well, which the paddles are just, they're metal paddles, so I'm assuming that it's going to be very durable when you play. We're wrecking this team already, 14-8. I wanted to test out Apex, but you know, those games could be pretty long, and if I could just get a quick round of this so I could talk about the features and functions of the controller, then that'll be great. But yeah, that was the only downside of the controller when it first came out. Actually, three things. It was the price, no rumbles, and you have to have the controller connected to the console for you to use the audio jack. Which is why they made you had to download an app for Nintendo so you could play games like Mario Kart and use your phone for people that, you know, if you're a little kid, maybe some kids don't have the privilege of having a phone, you know, which a lot of them do. But yeah, and it's for $65.99. I want to say it's about like 30 bucks off, 30 something bucks off, which is as much as a regular standard Xbox controller. I mean, look at the Nintendo Switch Pro controller when it first came out. I thought it was like 70 bucks. It was pretty expensive. It was not cheap at all. I keep pressing the wrong button here. Remember, you could change the control sticks on here. It comes with a case. I didn't even mention that it comes with a case, which it's a big deal. You could carry it with you if you're gonna go to a buddy's house. It's a nice case too. It's a huge case. Keep your sticks in there. You have your USB cable in there in case you have to charge before you play. It'll save you money on batteries, I'll tell you that. Oh. Oh, okay. We got the victory, and it felt really good playing a game like that. Better than the Pro controller, which, I mean, yeah, it does what it does, but I like paddle play, and I like the feel of this. The grips make you feel like you're in control most of the time. It just gives you better feeling on it. So that was a great round. I like that. I like that. But you know, I just wanted to show that to you guys, explain my thoughts on it. I highly recommend PowerA's Fusion Pro controller for the Switch. As you can see, it looks nice. I do like the little ring guards around the sticks. I forgot what it's called, but yeah, you won't see those the residue as much. It actually slides a lot better. But yeah, $65.99. You could get that at Target or GameStop. I believe I got this at, I want to say, where did I get it? Oh, Best Buy. I actually had a price match it because Best Buy was selling this for $99.99. So don't forget to check this out. PowerA does have a big selection of controllers. If that's not your cup of tea, you can just get the ones that it's called the enhanced controller. The buttons are in the back. It's not paddle play. It's probably a little cheaper, but you won't get the other features of like extra thumbsticks or face plates or USB cable. No, not. But yeah, I hope that gave you a little insight to the controller. If you like this review and the other ones I put up on here, please don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of my content. I'm planning to do more reviews on stuff, so it encouraged me to buy more things. And yeah, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave it below the video. Thanks for checking out this vid. I hope to see you in the gaming world sometime soon. Peace out.